Welcome to Currently Caffeinating. Today is Saturday, June the 7th, 2025. Today I will be going to the Katy Veterans Memorial Museum in Katy, Texas. They are located right next door to the Johnny Nelson Heritage Museum that I went to about 8 months ago or so. I did a video on that. I've been wanting to go to this museum for a very long time now, but they're only open 9 to 2 Monday through Friday. But the very first Saturday of each month, they are open 9 to 2, and today just happens to be the very first Saturday of the month. So I'm going to go check that out. They're also known as the G.I. Joe Museum. Also, I'm meeting a buddy of mine. After that, we're going to have some lunch at a restaurant called the Chipper. This will be my second time to go there. They have some fish and chips. And while I'm in the area, I'm going to stop by the Buc-ee's in Katy and check out their 4th of July merch. So yeah, join me if you will. It's good to have you here, but first I need to get caffeinated. Will you? And I just realized that my free coffee promotion with Dunkin' Donuts will end exactly 1 month from today on July the 7th. Got to take advantage of it when I can.
Thank you for choosing Dunkin'. How can I help you?
Yes, I have a mobile order pickup for Greg.
Yes, sir. Greg, go ahead and pull forward, sir.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
One free hot caffeinated beverage achieved. Only 1 more month. The museum is located at 6206 George Bush Drive in Katy, Texas. And like I said, it's right next door to the Johnny Nelson Heritage Museum. Uh-oh. So I'm here with my buddy Russell, who served in the military. What form of military did you serve in?
I was in the Army, United States Army.
How long did you serve for?
8 years.
8 years.
In the reserves. Never was active duty.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Sir.
Ready to check out this museum?
Yep.
Days, so we're trying to get as many days to practice competition as we can. Most of them are on staff, so they've already been to their basic, and now they get to be the one yelling. They've already gone through basic training, basic and camp, coach alert. So now they get to be the one yelling. Triple scouting has goals. We don't start basketball, throw. Actually in ROTC for Army.
So actually I was told they're open 10 to 2 on the first Saturday of the month, not 9 to 2, but 9 to 2 Monday through Friday.
In memory of John Delaney, KIA World War II, from his shipmate George Bush. President Bush dedicated our museum.
I remember that name.
And here's his other shipmate, William Gardner White. He was shot down, both his crew members were killed, and he had us put this up. And 10, if I can find it. Yeah. In memory of Lee Marvin, Purple Heart Saipan, from his wife and family. So we've got them from all over. Yeah, we start with the Army because it's the most important branch. It's called a bloodshed. It's written in, pilots carried it, and it's written in the languages they flew in case they were shot down. Since they couldn't communicate with the natives if they could give them this, and someone could read, then it's in English, but it also says, I'm an American soldier, help me get back to my lines and there may be a reward for you.
So what's written in English is the same thing on every single one.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
And this is the law of the anti-tank weapon we used in Vietnam.
People nowadays would just call it a bazooka.
Well, that's what it replaced.
Man, they just don't know.
And some ammunition, 50 caliber machine gun belt, hand grenades. Never been issued. But I didn't know each branch had their own until I was here.
I think this is the first time I've ever seen one up in person. That is interesting.
Alvin York. His company was trapped in no man's land, and he worked his way around to the side of the German trench. And he was an expert marksman, so he shot the first one, then the second one, then the third one. And after he shot about 20, they thought he was a whole company, so they surrendered. And 100 Germans surrendered to one man.
To one man?
And this up in the field. And kind of the progression of guns. The top one's a British Enfield from World War I. And the Craig Jorgensen was what we had during the Spanish-American War in 1898. The Springfield we started World War I with, and Remington World War II. And you'll notice they're all single action. You had to crank around.
Put it back together, taking it apart, back together, taking it apart. But two floods. Y'all both from Katy area?
Well, I live in Katy. Well, actually.
Yep. I was in the Air Force. I was in Vietnam in '66 and '67. I did weapons on F-4 Founds. And before that, I did weapons on B-52s. If you like big bombers, I played with.
Yeah, my dad was in the Navy in Vietnam, but he was communications, and he was underground on the shorelines. He wasn't really.
Not me. He wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
Lower boulders.
Yeah.
I give them hell. Most of them didn't touch a gun.
Yeah.
They were in there, and that was all that counted. Was over on the Navy side.
Was that the Dauntless?
Which one? Yeah, that one there. Navy airplanes as well as I know the Air Force airplanes. I know the Bluebird F-18 up there because I bought that one from the museum at auction.
Out of all the Air Force planes, current, I've always liked the 18,
F what?
the F-18.
F-18?
Yeah, the Hornet.
The Air Force or Navy
Yeah.
you talking about?
Air Force.
The F-15, F-16, and the F-18 are all about the same speed and everything else.
They are.
The F-16 that's what Thunderbirds use. It's just single engine.
And that's the
They do
Blue
look
Angels.
That's a Blue Angel. I got a picture of it. This boat was built by an old guy from New York, an Italian.
Mm-hmm.
And he did all that by hand. None of this was not a kit. He made all the parts in the shop and put them together. It took him 3 or 4 years to finish it all. They took it over and spent $3 or $4 million. Didn't hardly do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did a lot of work this time.
Oh yeah, they did.
I've been on 5 or 6 times altogether probably. I
Yeah.
remember the first time I was 9 years old, I was a Cub Scout in Beaumont. And we came over to see that shit. It looked pretty good back then. You know?
But it got rusted out. There's some.
Any particular question? You want to hear a submarine horn? Have you ever heard one? It's kind of loud. You want to hear it?
Sure.
You gotta get all the experience here, buddy.
Oh, that is loud.
You know, that was all in here, put on the table right in front of me, and said, we'll give you this 7 horn. So, okay, we got a lot of stuff just
That'll wake you up though.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be so loud, I guess. You know, some end and one end to the other.
Yeah.
I don't know how many horns it had on. But this guy here, another guy, I don't even remember who he was. That was supposed to be built by hand too, but I think that was a kit. They always got everybody's junk from the Navy, you know.
Yeah.
They would wear them all out. And I heard them, the Blue Angels would wear them out a little more, then they'd give them to the Navy. I mean to the Marines. Poor Marines, I worked right across from them. Their airplanes looked like. I mean, they weren't, that was not their number one theme, you know, lose hats. So it's like,
Yeah.
help protect their ground troops. This is well, we got a man and a woman now, American of every service. And that's a Coast Guard Master Chief or whatever he was. She was the last one we got, because the lady school teacher came in, so why don't you have a woman there? Well, we found a uniform. She said, I don't know what it is. She had some friend of hers lived up the first time, May 15, 1992. Back when he was pretty close to gone, we tried to get him back for a rededication after one of the floods or something.
So he's standing right in
They couldn't
here?
make it. Yes, sir.
Wow.
As they tell me, I wasn't here.
Oh.
I'm originally from Beaumont, you know. Beaumont.
Okay. Yeah, Beaumont. Yeah.
Beaumont used to be a good town. It wasn't much. My oldest daughter, she just retired from Katy School District teachers 37 years. She made me move here when I got, you know. There's
So you've already got something from Space Force in here.
sorry?
Already got Space Force.
Yeah, we got one there somewhere. I wrote it out. Those I picked up at that flea market they have down on the other Houston all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some guy was making all those. I bought one of each for every suit. That was before the time of the Space Force. But this actually was picked up and it was used by the Japanese. It was actually made in the USA before the war. They put film in there and they would practice on film shooting American airplanes. It was a training device and all it was. But it tells you a little bit about it there.
My dad had was given to him an old Japanese World War II pistol with leather holster and everything, and an extra magazine.
We got much stuff. Come along with it. This is Spoils of War. Mainly, yeah. On the Jap side, we got a Harry Carey sword and knife. We just got that a few months back. But you start the wound with a little knife and then put the big one in. They only used one time in there. Swords, flag. The flag when I first hung it a long time ago, hung it upside down. I don't read Japanese no more. And the Japanese woman said, why you got flag upside down? I said, I'm sorry, man, I don't know any better. I had to change it. I say I, because I've been here the longest. Took over an old man and helped him put it together the first time. Been doing it ever since. I'm wearing down this little. That was on the, can't take anymore. The islands. It's a little bell. I think it is. What is it? Oh, hand grenades, that was it? I forgot what it was. The little wooden thing was a cookie, like they put cookie dough in and bake it somehow. But in Russia, I mean, German part, we got a lot of stuff. And that's Vietnam on the top and center, then the Gulf Wars on the bottom. Those crystals came off one of Saddam Hussein's crystal chandeliers. Yeah, but I'm going to get into that boxing and having praise and all that. worth a lot of money, don't you?
Now I have a sword that I took out of my one of my relatives' chain on there.
Mm-hmm.
But the sword itself, think of it like the handle and the hilt is similar to this, but it had a curve to it, and it's got Arabic writing all over it.
That's just kind of what
And
that is.
it's pretty old.
Yeah.
So I like to find someone who can tell me where this is from and how old it is and what's the deal with it, what's the story behind it.
Well, our secretary, she's got books that, you know, you can find dates on most everything. Something like that, I'm not sure. Now this, the train was mine,
Yeah.
and I gave it to him. This used to have some other stuff.
Here at that old train station. Just looked around in there for a little bit.
And they tell you what they told me 3 or 4 times I've been there.
What's that?
Now you wonder why there's 2 waiting rooms. No, I'm not wondering anything. As I grew up in 40s, 50s, and 60s, I still tell people I worked at a gas station. The restroom said whites on it, the water fountain said whites on it.
Yeah.
This is our latest section. And you mark it down there, marked 1944, which is the year before I was born. And the stretcher there is 1940. What was it, 1 or 2? 2. This is just stuff. This nurse's uniform I picked up at Fort Sam Houston in San Antonio. The picture at their shop, and we had the frame here so put it to match kind of what they wore. So it was back in World War II. That fellow there died on us at a meeting. But they brought him back, and he lived about another month. He had a stroke right in the middle of a meeting. I've never seen anybody. I've had 3 little strokes, but they weren't big ones. But he stood up, he threw up, and he pooped and peed all over himself. And they got him back to morning. B-52, that's the one I worked on for about 2 years. Love that airplane. I went to Guam, Project Arclight, that was conventional bombs on.
That thing got some serious altitude, didn't it?
So serious what?
Altitude.
Yeah. They may tell you that. I think I'm going up there about 58,000 or something. 8 engines. Well, they reworked that is one of the tall tail like that one's got. Those were up to 58. Then they made a short tail, but a couple of them broke off, and it was, I don't know why they ever made such a tall tail. But a big portrait of this one in the F4s I bought.
I think you were talking about again.
Yeah, blood chits. Most of the flight crews had those. If they got shot down, they have something to tell them what they wanted to bargain for. And the one on the left was probably World War II or Korea, because it's only got 48 stars on it. The others have 50 stars. I got most of them all. That's a F-111. That's a F-105 Thunder Chief. That was a big airplane for a single engine fighter bomber. A lot of them in Vietnam were bombed. On the left, see that says double cockpit, that's Air Force. I actually rode his airplane. He was a full colonel in
George Lucas actually did a movie on the Tuskegee Airmen.
Anyway.
It wasn't one of his good movies, but it's
16. B-29, that's B-24.
There's one in that case over there that you don't see very much anymore. The 26.
B-26.
Yeah, you don't see very many of those anymore.
No, there wasn't very many to begin with, I believe. Was that which one was 26? Double tail?
Yeah.
On the back.
And my there's a local printing company over in Sugar Land that I used to work for.
And some general come on and said, I want a bigger flag, taller flag. So they get good enough.
I saw this on the website.
That's
It's the black
that's
sands.
sand from Iwo Jima, volcanic sand. Mount Buc-ee in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Marines lost thousands of people there. What these guys doing in the front yard, you know? What are those guys doing in the front? Just sitting there? Just sitting there, I guess. You got people with, this guy here, there's a little book in here on the other side, a little folder. We did those up just out of nowhere back then. He was one of the first ones that helped fly the, raise a flag over here. Well, according to history now, I think the second was a corpsman from the Navy Marine, and that was Drunken Eye Hayes, number 3. And Drunken Eye Hayes, Indian from Arizona.
Back to work with 10 face masks made out of my uniform. Okay.
You want to do the hall? Well, we did the hall. Oh, you already did the hall? Yeah. You can do this about it. As you can see, we don't have much more room. Yeah, we need to expand it. I'm trying to get the city to do something. They own the building, something going on in the building. I'm going to sit a little bit later and finish all up.
Now see, now we're talking my time.
Mm-hmm. So this is all the major conflicts we've been in. We start with the revolution and end up in the desert.
Yeah.
You were ordered by choice? Did you volunteer or what?
Yes. And I say that kind of.
What the secretary was? Air Force was they give you a hard background check. If you've never been in trouble and you've never, you have halfway good grades, they go around and cut off all your neighbors, old neighbors and all that. And believe it or not, there's not a lot of scoundrels that get into weapons. You've got to be pretty sharp, pretty well straight. When I was on Guam, they had a big sign in front of their chow house that the #1 kitchen in the United States Air Force. Oh, it was good too.
I still have issues looking at that Twin Towers.
My old neighbor, he lives up in Hillville, that's my neighbor. Hillville, he was an Army and he was over there. And they just said, what did you do, Jerry? He said, I don't know what I did. It was just all put out with a cook. He was kind of like embarrassed me.
Wow. I don't think I'd ever see one in person.
Okay, go lay down. You got that sign?
I don't want to.
You got that sign lady there that no one gives all the
Yeah, I got a few people I can send this picture to.
Now somebody took the SOS card out of it.
Not that hard to take. The good stuff. MREs.
Edible sea ration cans we got were, a lot of them were from Korea. There wasn't much you could do to sea rations.
favorite spread was
It must have been in the MREs.
yeah, it was.
I don't remember it. The sea ration peanut butter was the. And if you were lucky enough to get peaches, you were in hog heaven.
Oh.
They sent paratroopers and glider pilots behind enemy lines, but they were spread out all over. Excuse me. But to identify themselves, they had these little crickets with them, just like a prize in a Cracker Jack box.
That message on the phone. That is PRA and everything.
Is that the same PT style boat that Candy was on?
No, those are Higgins boats, just landing craft. They were.
Oh, his boat was.
His was a PT patrol boat.
Yeah, it wasn't a landing craft.
No.
Okay.
In fact, we had a model of one on the other side. With them, and as they flew over the trench, they would drop them. The bullet would stabilize and fall, and from your physics, a falling object gains speed at 32 seconds per second or something like that. And if he was high enough, it might have enough velocity to do some damage when they.
We looked at one of these things.
That's about 1890 technology.
It's crazy how it does have that.
Compare how it was written then with what we're being taught now. And all of them had about three things in common. They had an article about Patton, they had a military cartoon, and they had a pinup.
Oh, you hadn't had the pinups.
You had to know what you were fighting for.
All right, so what did you think?
Good. Got some good history lessons in there. Good stuff. Good stuff.
You ready for some fish and chips?
If that's what you want.
That's what I want. The chipper. Are you going to get the same thing you got last time? Welcome to the chipper. Like this birdhouse right here. This table reminds me of Austin Powers. Behave, Russell.
Okay, we'll do.
All right, this is what we're dealing with. That's a big fish. You got some of this curry sauce. Got an interesting taste to it. Yeah, that's a big one.
Hey now.
It's nice and flaky. Very good. All right.
Alright.
How was it?
I'm full.
I'm full.
How about you?
I'm fish full, curry full. Woo! That was a big fish.
It didn't get away this time.
No, we found Nemo.
Yeah, and Nemo's down here now. Sorry, Nemo.
Forget about fighting Nemo, we're eating Nemo. Alright, well I'm gonna go to Buc-ee's, Boosie's. I'll see you on the rebound.
Alrighty.
Leave it to Beaver. Back to see Buc-ee. I got these tumblers that glow in the dark. These t-shirts. Sweet Land of Liberty. We got these bows over here. Some socks. Got some Buc-ee's crew socks right here. Chilling on the inner tube. Yeah, they got a lot of shirts and tumblers here. I really like that shirt. They even got some small ones for the babies and the kiddos. They even have a dancing Buc-ee. Got some flying disc launchers. Got a Buc-ee night light. Some more tumblers. Some more down here. That's a big one. Got these Buc-ee's over here, $14.98. Got Garfield USA. Even got those Snoopy over here in Woodstock. And can't forget Stitch over here, USA. Buc-ee's Tour 25. Some pink shirts over here. Got the Buc-ee mobile over here. Got some beavers in here taking a little drive. Got the old 8-track tape in there. Hauling a load of beavers. What else? Must be the big brother. Got some baseballs. Got some window decals over here and some collector's pin. Might have to get one to add to my collection. Already have a couple of them. Yes, I admit it. I'm a beaver believer. Even got some stickers. Might have to give me a sticker to add to my collection as well. Got some scented air fresheners. Won't stop for gas, but I'll stop for beaver nuggets. And I'll stop for jerky. Got these beavers for your seat belt. Auto sunshades. The beaver made me do it. He sure did. With a name like Buc-ee's, it has to be good. They even have Christmas ornaments. Got some more tumblers over here. I like those. Alright, I'm gonna give my car a little bath before I head out. The Buc-ee's car wash here. So this Buc-ee's car wash in Katy holds the Guinness World Record for the longest car wash, measuring 255 feet. This massive car wash has 17 blowers and 32 vacuum stations. It takes about 5 minutes to drive through the entire car wash. So they had the deluxe car wash for $13, or the works for $16. So I just went ahead and got the works. So I did end up getting one of those 4th of July shirts. And I got me a sticker and a collector's pin for my pin board. And the Smart Water. After this, I'm just going to head back home. But I had a really good time at the museum. I learned a lot. Very interesting. The two guys took us on a guided tour. Told us some interesting stories. He said President George Bush was there at one time. But yeah, it was pretty neat. I like stuff like that, history. And the fish and chips was really good. Man, they give you a big fish. I am stuffed. And it is quite hot outside today. I'm just going to head home and take it easy for the rest of the day. Hang out with Rambo. This part sounds like being on an airplane. All right, well, that's going to do it for my video for today. As always, thank you for watching. Be safe, be kind, and stay caffeinated.